Hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting jailbreak video. Today we'll be taking a look at what is the best million car in jailbreak. We'll be testing every vehicle, so the goal is to do it more realistically. Rather than just testing for the top speed, we'll be going from million store to museum in every vehicle and see which one is fastest to get there. And we'll also talk about some other pros and cons of each vehicle. What I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna start a timer and then go straight to the museum. I'm just gonna go at the highest speed that I can achieve while able to maintain the car or control the car. So we'll go ahead and see how quickly we are able to get to museum. So let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go! And now let's talk about some other pros and cons of each vehicle. So first we have Monster Truck. It has amazing off-road capability, which means you can go anywhere off-roading in Jailbreak map and you won't have any problem. And it has more seats, which means if you're playing with friends or if you're teaming up with someone, it has a capacity of 6 people, which means you can have up to 5 people with you and you can easily take all of them with you. And the cons are that it takes a while to speed up, so the acceleration isn't that good, and it's really bumpy. So if there are cops chasing you or anything like that, it's really bumpy and you'll keep flipping over. Next we have Trailblazer. Trailblazer has good acceleration and top speed, but it's not as good as Monster Truck for off-roading, so you'll have to be you can see that in video I bumped in that place because I wasn't able to climb where I was easily able to cross with a Monster Truck. So the cons is that it's limited, you can only have up to one person with you, so total seating capacity is 2, but you have better speed than Monster Truck, and again it's a little bumpy. Next we have Volt. Volt has amazing acceleration and it's really fast. Volt is really good if you're solo robbing, and it has amazing acceleration. It goes really quickly to the top speed of Volt. So it makes it very easy to rob places if you're solo robbing. But the cons include it has little to no off-roading capabilities, so even if there's a tiny bump, you'll be stuck and you won't be able to cross that. And you have limited seats, which means there's only one seat and only you can alone ride this bike. If you have any person teaming up with you or you have friends, then you wouldn't be able to play with them using Volt Bike. Next we have Drone. Drone is my personal favorite because it has seating capacity of 2 people, which means you can team up with one person, or if you have a friend with you, you can also play with him. It has good speeds, and the good thing is that you can just fly through areas and you don't have to go through the ground roads. You can reach places really quickly, and the only downside is that you can't spawn it. So if you have Pro Garage, you wouldn't be able to spawn it and you have to go every time to the million store to get drone. So it becomes a little annoying because if you park it somewhere, often people take your drone and then you have to go to million store to get a new one. It has limited seating capacity. You can't take as many people as Monster Truck or Army Heli, so that's another downside. But the good thing is that it has a good speed and you can go anywhere really quickly because you'll be flying instead of driving. And finally we have Army Heli. It has so many seats, you can have up to 7 people with you, so the total seating capacity is 8 people. It has rockets, so if there are cops chasing you, you can fight them, and I use rockets on this helicopter all the time. And I really love Army Heli. It has good speed, and the good thing is you can again fly and you don't have to drive on roads, so that shouldn't be a problem. Reaching anywhere is very simple and easy. The downside is, again, you can spawn it, so you have to go to Million Store to get it. So that's the only downside that I can think of for this, and sometimes it's a little difficult to get into Volcano Base using army helicopter. So if you're robbing places, it becomes a little annoying when you can't get into Volcano Base easily. So now your question would be, what is the best million vehicle? Well, it depends. It depends on a lot of different things. For example, if you have a lot of friends that you play with and you need something that has more seats, then monster truck or army heli would make more sense because they have more seating capacity. But if you want something that is fast and you can spawn it using the Pro Garage Game Pass, then going with Volt would be the best choice because it's the fastest out of a bunch. It has amazing acceleration, so you can really quickly travel between places. And if you need something that can fight cops, so maybe you often get into battles with cops, in those cases army heli would make more sense because it has missiles, and I use missiles on the army heli all the time when I'm in fights with cops. So each vehicle has its own pros and cons. Now you might be asking, what would I choose if I had option to just buy a single million vehicle? Well, I'd go for military heli. The only downside of that is that I can't spawn it, so I'll have to get it and then keep locking and unlocking it so that it doesn't get stolen when I'm into the robbery or somewhere where I parked the helicopter. So in those cases I would have to be, it becomes a little annoying because you have to keep doing that. But the good things is that it has a lot of seats, so I can have up to 7 people with me. And it has missiles, it has good acceleration, and off-roading is obviously good because you don't have to drive it on the lands. You can just fly over buildings and stuff, so that's also good. So overall it's a very good thing to have. So for me, if I had money to buy only one thing, I would go for army heli. But if I had more money and I wanted to buy 2 of these things, then I would go for army heli as my first option and then Volt Bike as second. So when I'm playing with friends or I need to fight cops or other things like those, then I would get army heli, and when I'm robbing and I need something fast, I would spawn Volt Bike using the Pro Garage. But other things like drone, monster truck, or Trailblazer are things that you can get later on when you have extra money and you have no use for that money. In those cases, just to try these or have fun with them, you can get these other things. For me personally, that's how I would go for them. So when I started playing Jailbreak, I started with buying army heli as my first million vehicle. Because army heli can help you rob cargo ship and it gives you a lot of money, so you can get somewhere around $15,000 every robbery. Other vehicles in this list doesn't have that capability, so you'll be limited to robbing museum and other robberies. So that's a wrap of this video. I hope you enjoyed it.